Hello and welcome to Knocked Prone. We are playing in the Eberron Campaign. This is our third session, right? No, this is our second session. So, right? Yeah. So,
our first session was just a session 0 that wasn't recorded.
Yeah, so this is our second session. The party last session aborted an airship, found some cargo that was being smuggled out of wherever it was supposed to be from initially, poached as they say, and an electric elemental that was trapped inside of an aquarium-like cage. After freeing from the aquarium-like cage, they were bombarded by poachers of poachers who wanted to steal some stuff that was on board the ship. You guys fought these umbrelliers, as we called them, and you have dispatched them, however, at the cost of the ship's flight. So the ship has crashed into the ground. Sid has taken some significant damage. We've all leveled up, which is pretty rad, so we're all level 3 now. Even me, I'm a level 3 dungeon master now. So it comes with a feat, actually. I get a feat every level. I only have 2 right now, and that's normal for humans. So now we are going to join the party as we are amongst the wreckage. And here, let me tell you what that wreckage looks like. This airship around you is jagged with it's like a blackened skeleton that is sprawled against the damp floor of this daggerwood forest that you have landed in. The bluish elemental lightning that once gave this ship life has seeped into the air and crackled into the mud surrounding the forest and seemingly dissipated. It is flickering like a campfire spark that is illuminating the red fog of the Daggerwood forest, and it feels like you are all breathing in wet wool. And then your focus turns to the other survivors. Who has the highest wisdom score?
Not Sid. Let's see. I have
a +1.
Oh, nice.
I have a +0.
Okay, so with a +1, V1, Victor, perfect. Victor, your focus hones in on these survivors with your warforged eyes, and you see their faces are smudged with soot and wide-eyed with shock as they pile out of this airship and scatter around the forest. They're wandering aimlessly, and their boots are squelching in the muck as they drift into the tree line. Now, you would recall with your warforged knowledge that this Daggerwood forest is home to something called Redwater. The Redwater is the fog that is surrounding you guys. It can be distilled into something called a Redwater potion, which is what this Daggerwood forest is known for, is this fog that can be distilled into a Redwater potion. The Redwater potion is not a health potion. It is kind of like a street name for this potion because it can be used for putting creatures to sleep. So, kind of dangerous to be breathing it in, but not too bad. And that is what you're able to recall with your wisdom score. But let's roll initiative to see who we're going to follow first in this wreckage.
I got a 10.
10? 11? Nice.
That is a 6.
All right, so let's follow Vel for a moment, shall we? All right, a few yards away from the crash site, you were able to safely propel yourself down some trees and grab onto some vines and lower yourself to the ground. Obviously, it still hurt to fall, but you are unscathed at the moment. You feel a weight press against your leg as you realize that you did not leave this airship alone. It's the hyena that you pulled from the poacher's crate. But it's not growling or cackling at the moment. It is shivering with fur matted. It has hydraulic fluid kind of matting in its fur, as well as it's mixed in with some of the damp from the Redwater mist. If you could make me an animal handling check, Vel.
6.
6? All right, perfect. Well, with a 6, go ahead and tell me, what is Vel feeling about this hyena?
I feel kindred to the hyena in that I too feel like sometimes I have to put myself in a box in the society in which we live. So maybe we are friends. Maybe I don't want hyena around. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, so you were a little apprehensive of the hyena, and it seems like with the 6, the hyena's a little hesitant about you. It's not actively like aggressive, but it is just studying your face and kind of wondering who you are and why you would save it. And how are you able to ground yourself post this crash? Are you feeling shaken by this crash? Is this a day in the life of Vel?
I feel totally fine. This is not the worst thing I've ever been through. I have a lot of questions. These 2 dudes came together and they definitely seem to be cool with fighting against trust. Why, right? And I think I feel a little bit concerned on, were they just after the hyena and the elemental, right? Or was there other reasons they were after this ship, right?
Yeah.
I'm also curious on if I am able to notice, did everyone survive? Is there anyone who perished, right? Because as you know, it's a changeling. I have the ability to take on that person's persona, and if they've recently died, I can determine what was their cause for being here, or what were they after, or what was their intent.
Yeah.
Right? Like I don't know much about them, but like maybe that could be helpful for me.
Absolutely. Go ahead. As you are looking over, there are scattered Umbrellier bodies that have fallen from the airship in the forest around you. Go ahead and make me an investigation or insight check as you are kind of trying to suss out why these Umbrelliers were after this ship.
Okay. With insight, I have a 21.
Wow. Okay. With a 21, you are going to reach into the pocket of one of these Umbrelliers, and you are going to pull out something that is akin to a wanted poster. This has a description of why this person is wanted. You see in big letters the word reward. Under reward, it says something about, it's kind of smudged with the Redwater, so you're not able to fully read it, but it does say that something about how a changeling was able to fuse something together, and they are wanted at all costs. And as you look over, as you fold out the rest of this reward wanted poster, you see the face of a changeling who looks very similar to the face that Vel is currently wearing.
Do I feel safe enough that like the Umbrelliers are all gone? We said, hey, everyone is running from the ship. Don't really know what these guys are up to. I'm gonna take this wanted poster and I'm gonna pocket it, but I'm not going to do anything else.
Okay.
I'm just gonna wait it out.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you are folding up this piece of paper and putting it inside of your pocket actually lets out a little vibration where you had stored this little arcane pager that you had received from last session.
You've been buzzed.
You've been buzzed. And so the device that you pull out, again, it's like this palm-sized slab of brushed, polished brass that's held together with the copper filaments that hum with this low frequency, and it has a black screen. And as you hold it up and feel the vibration from it, the black screen lights up with glowing violet words. The fog will be your map. Follow the runoff, but don't get too close. 3 miles north by northwest, look for red smoking chimneys. The daggerwood provides the mist. The distillery will create the sleep. Underneath it pauses for a moment. The screen goes black, and then it lights again with destination, Redwater Distillery, Sector 4B. Hurry, the owner is awaiting your prompt arrival. He will provide safe transport to Sharn. Take the boat to cross the river. In Sharn, you will receive further instruction. The screen goes black once more, and then the screen again alights with this violet light that says contact name, Giddy Briggs. And it stays on the screen, the name Giddy Briggs.
Giddy Briggs. This name does not ring no bells.
It does not. You are unfamiliar with the name Giddy Briggs at the moment in that house. I'm going to leave you with that information as you are a little deeper into the forest. And so, Sid, we're going to go over to you. You are standing near the stern of this ship where you had fallen out.
Yep.
The smell of copper is stinging in your nose, and every time the wreckage groans, it feels like kind of pointed at you. It feels almost like an accusation, like a mocking, a calling after, like, you did this. And you can see the empty fishbowl-like house of the shattered elemental where it used to be held. And next to you, Thorla pulls herself out of the debris. She's coughing and wiping blood from a gash that's on her forehead, and her eyeliner is smeared into a raccoon-like mask.
Nice.
She looks at the wreck, then looks at you and says, "Where do we go from here?"
I just need a second here. Let me sit. That was a bit of a trip. Watch the first step. It's a doozy. You're bleeding. Do you need lay on? I don't have lay on hands. Do you need healing word?
If you got a spell,
I got a spell slot. And then I think he pulls out his guitar and sits there on the grass, takes a moment, and starts to play a few tunes. His guitar is magically amplified through his now relationship with Maul, and so he does not have to carry around an amplifier, luckily. And so kind of reverberating through the air almost, there's this gentle, just kind of ballad that is played, and she would be healed for 6 hit points, and then...
Perfect.
I think at that point he would pick himself up, and feeling a little bit of that shame might not be fully the right word. Looking around the ship, I definitely think he feels pretty bad that
He crashed the ship.
well, more that other people were negatively impacted by that. I don't think he minds at all that a ship was broken. And I think looking at the empty fishbowl, it and knowing that there was something being held against its will and being forced to do a job that it was not being compensated for in the slightest, he feels kind of a tamping down of some of that shame. But he still wants to help, so I think he would next go to look around and see if anybody else needed help.
Yeah, absolutely. So you are going, go ahead and make me just a straight up medicine check.
D20?
D20, yeah.
That is a 5.
Love
Plus your
it.
wisdom.
Okay, Thorla sees you trying to help, and after you start rubbing some dirt into a nearby survivor's wound to stop the bleeding,
good
she's
medicine.
like, she walks up to you and she says, "You mind?" And then she holds up a dwarven cigarette, asking you to light the cigarette.
He uses breath weapon.
I
and
mean, it doesn't take your full breath weapon. You could just...
does a little flame out of his lips, purses his lips, and blows out a little bit of fire.
Perfect. And she says, "All right, you got me taken care of. I'll take care of the rest. You go sit over there."
Are you saying the old adage, rub a little dirt in it, isn't working? I think it's working fine. This guy looks much better already.
He looks infected.
Tomato. Sid wanders off, feeling like he really can't help right now. And
Yeah, and we'll leave you thinking, plucking at your guitar strings, thinking about the day that you've had.
okay, could you do an investigation check to see if there's anybody trapped under anything?
Absolutely.
That seems on brand. He rolled a big old 9 plus intelligence. Oh, no, it's a -1. I rolled an 8.
Go ahead and roll me a D100.
D100.
That's 2D10.
Yes, 30 on the dot. I'm not rolling
30
high.
on the dot. You walk up to one of the pieces of large metal scrap on the ground, and you hear underneath,
Okay. Definitely jumps in to help. What should you do to help? Strength check?
yeah, go ahead and roll me athletics.
Okay.
To see if you can lift this bad boy.
It's a 4, so 5. Man, I'm not rolling
Okay,
well.
you lift this piece of metal rubble and are struggling with it for a while, and we'll come back to that.
Okay.
And Victor, we're going to join you. You are surrounded by a machine, however, that has failed. This airship has crash landed. The air is thick with this arcane static of the elemental as its residue begins to kind of like ebb into the earth. You see the glowing viscous remains of the elemental energy. It has this kind of like raw turquoise lightning that seems to be kind of like pooling within this red water fog. And in the shattered trees of this daggerwood forest, you don't really see scrap around you. You see opportunity. What would you like to do?
Victor, while he was falling, had an epiphany of almost a vision of a steel defender friend that he could build for himself.
Perfect.
So as he falls, it's almost as if the designs and the schematics were just kind of poof in his head, and he almost like kind of ignores the rest of the happenings around him, and he starts to fiddle with the broken metal and the essence of the the elemental, and he starts to kind of slowly put this together. I don't know how long the party's going to be here at the wreckage.
Yeah, roll me an Arcana check with advantage.
That is a natural 20.
Okay, sick.
So 24 total.
Yeah, so you begin with a natural 20. I gotta pull up my table. You begin to drag pieces of this whole together. You find a jagged metal strut that kind of resembles like a spinal cord. You find a cooling fan for what you would make into somewhat of a heart for this being. You reach into the flickering core of this remnant of the turquoise Redwater and are able to snatch a handful of the raw residue that was left behind by this elemental, and you are able to shove it into the center of this metal mass. With a natural 20, a sudden sharp crackle of electricity is followed by a mechanical hiss, and the metal twists into... Go ahead and describe what your
Steel
Defender looks like. A natural 20, you were able to do it nearly instantaneously. It almost feels like a Steel Defender blueprint. Actually, speaking of blueprints, the blueprint that you had found that you had taken from the
bomb.
The bomb, yes. You were able to kind of dissect parts of that and why that kind of fires and makes combustion, and you were able to pulse that into this creature's remnants as you were able to like kind of put it together. And go ahead and tell me what it looks like.
So this is a medium-sized creature. It's the blue seems to kind of just pull the scrap metal together to form what was a small four-legged lizard almost. What seems to be a large, to me, metal dragon suddenly is walking around.
Perfect. Yeah, and with a natural 20, again, instantaneous, you were able to piece this together like you had the entire creation plotted out in a dream. And a puff of blue steam lets out, and it stands with its neck clicking into place. Its eyes glow with the light of the ship that birthed it. And Victor, you stand beneath this creation that is looking over you. Salamence, yes, looking at perfect. I now know what you're.
It's just blue, and you're talking about wings and
True,
legs.
you're right.
Isn't Salamence also kind of a metal dragon? I don't remember if that one is.
I love Pokemon, so you could get me
Oh,
on
me
a
too.
whole tangent here. But back to the session. So you look out over these survivors, and you see the Dragonborn that shattered the glass of the elemental. That has kind of the residue of the elemental has kind of helped power your dragon. And you see as he rubs some dirt trying to assist one of the survivors, and then lights a cigarette for his dwarven companion, and then goes over and is struggling to lift a metal piece of debris that is squishing a survivor. What would you like to do, Victor?
Well, I should probably go help the Dragonborn to lift up the wreckage.
Yeah.
So me and now new unnamed, yet to be named dragon will hop over there and try and lift up and assist.
Perfect. Go ahead and both of you roll me another athletics check and take the average. So
I got a 16 this time.
16?
I got a 19.
19. All right. Well, that
Nice.
averages out to like a 17 and a half or something. So that's going to absolutely succeed. You are both able to lift up this metal husk off of this halfling, and you see this finely dressed halfling. He has a mouth full of golden grills. Do you remember, like, in the tooth? You remember what we're talking about? Yeah, he's got golden grills, and he's like, shoot, what does this sound like? What does a guy with grills sound like?
Not good enunciation.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's like there's probably a list.
All right, sick. We're going for it. Thanks so much. Oh my gosh, I was stuck under there for so long.
Put it down, put it back, put it back. You don't need to be allowed.
No, please stop. My name's Rizzy, and I'm so excited that you guys got me out of here. Well, we should probably go help some other people, but I'll come talk to you guys afterwards. And you see as he walks off with kind of a spring in his step, or maybe it's a limp from almost getting crashed into by a metal husk. And he tries to help other survivors as well.
Is this one of the gnomes?
No, he's a halfling.
Halfling. Okay.
Yes, halfling named Rizzy.
Rishi.
Or Rizzy, yeah.
The Rizzler.
The Rizzler, yes. The Rizzler. So, and with that, Vel...
He's going to stick to you like glue because you nicknamed him. Just watch. Yeah, it's going to be a party companion this whole time.
The Rizzler will always talk about himself in third person.
Perfect.
Seems like the type.
So, Vel, you come back after finding this wanted poster, and you get deciphered this message from the pager, and you watch on as a metallic dragon, a dragonborn, and gnome-sized warforged lift a metal husk off of a survivor, and then you watch as they continue to go out and try and help other survivors. What are you doing in this moment?
No, because of my history, I kind of wonder what are they getting out of this? Why are they doing this? Do they feel guilty for how we all got here?
I mean, with your passive insight, the Dragonborn has like a chip on his shoulder. He is not feeling bad. If anything, he's like, "This is awesome! I helped you make a dragon."
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Out of the ashes of the elemental that you accidentally killed.
No, the elemental's alive.
Yeah, in my dragon now.
Do I know my way around enough to know, okay, I gotta go 3 miles to the northwest. I gotta follow the fog to a smoking chimney. Like, I'm not worried about meeting a dude I don't know. Like, whatever. Right?
Yeah.
But, like, do I feel like I have orientation skills enough to, like, know that without myself? Because I'm assuming that I cannot, like, do this alone.
Yeah. Roll me an Arcana check with advantage, actually, because you had good direction with the pager.
Nat 20.
Okay, perfect. With a natural 20, you were able to decipher that if you wander in the woods for too long, there is a high chance that you could fall asleep. And if you fall asleep and you don't have anything to wake you up, there is a good chance you will stay asleep. And with a natural 20, you would actually know that the Redwater potion can be, I can't think of a better word for it, so I'm just going to call it what it is, overdosed on. And what it does is it sends people to the elemental plane of air and dreams, and this makes it a huge commodity for elves who are unable to sleep. They trance, and a trance dream is not as strong as a sleep dream. So it is kind of like a designer potion drug of choice for the aristocratic, like socially elite elves, and it is dangerous even in the undistilled form. You could make it, but you know that there is a chance of death.
Ain't worth that. Okay, this is what Vel's gonna do. Vel, we're going to take one of the female dragon guards from one of these homes, right? So I'm gonna look mostly similar when it comes to certain features. I'm still gonna keep some of this dark hair. I'm gonna say similar build, but I want to look thick enough that they think I can help them, and maybe I am strong enough to help them, but that's not really what I want to do. So, I'm in my travel clothes. I fill them out just a little bit more, and I am going to look around and see if there's someone I should be helping, or I'm going to start working my way over to these very kind fellas who seem super into helping people.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a medicine check. Sorry, guys. A lot of the skills are intelligence-based.
Yeah, not Sid's strong point.
5.
Okay, great. You pick up a big clump of dirt. You thought that you saw the Dragonborn rubbing some dirt in a wound, and you thought, that's a great idea. And Thorla, actually, this dwarven woman that was the companion to the Dragonborn, stops your hand as you're about to rub it in one of the wounds and is like, hey, you don't want to be doing that. Go stand over there with the rest of them. Like, kind of like, is like, okay, you're in timeout. You've been banished to this forest corner that is not a forest corner because it's a forest for bad medicine handling. But you are still able to, you see that Thorla has a medicine kit that she's able to kind of ration out to a lot of the survivors as you are walking over towards these other two adventurers. And the three of you are going to meet over. Sid and Victor are going to kind of be listening in to Rizzy as he's telling you how great he is. He's telling you, like, like back home, like my mom's really good at, like, she's kind of like in charge. She's kind of like in charge around there, so it's kind of nice. But I got like this really cool place. And he's just going on about nothing. And you two are kind of looking to maybe get out of this conversation a little bit. And you see are you changeling or are you another? You said you were dragonborn, or
I think I am I'm a human guard. Like I want to have I know this person from a dragon house.
I see. So you have a dragon mark of one of the. Are you passing as having a dragon?
Yeah.
Mark? Perfect. All right. So the two of you are trying to drown out the sound of Rizzy as he is talking about how cool his home is and how important of a person he is.
You said I was still strumming, right?
Yeah, you're still playing.
I think he plays a little louder.
Yeah.
Where did my plant go?
Yeah. Actually, your plant is amongst the wreckage. You're able to find it and wheel it over on your cart that you have for it. And Vel, you see the two of them as one is wheeling along a plant, one is strumming loudly, trying to time his strums to the words that Rizzy is saying as he is saying them. And the three of you meet over kind of this general annoyance that you have unleashed from a metallic husk.
So, what next? Sharn's that way? Or wait, hold on. Maybe it's, I don't know.
Roll me a survival check.
Okay, sounds right. D20, right?
20, yeah.
Hey, I got a 15.
With a 15, you point in the western region. However, Vel, you would recognize that the slight edge of the direction that he is off by would take him in a completely separate location than Sharn would be.
Missed it by that much.
By about 180 degrees.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say, I was trying to help out the elemental. I don't like looking at little guys getting picked on. I can understand that maybe my actions may have caused some unforeseen consequences that the rest of us are dealing with, so I apologize for that. And what do you think we should do from here? Do we head into this dark woods? I'm not much of a woodsman. This feels like the wrong direction, but I don't know how to get back to Sharn.
Are there like ship crew?
You notice that a lot of the ship crew has seemed to have gone down with the ship. Being in the engine room as it exploded and not having resistance to it is kind of detrimental. Yeah.
So they're kind of everywhere.
Yeah. Your plant is fully fertilized with.
There's one over there, and over there, and over there. So there's practically, if there's any organization done, it's probably not going to be from the crew.
Yeah, and you see many of the survivors of this crash landing, upon any interaction with this Redwater mist, have kind of this dazed and stumbling stance and are wandering in every direction. And that it is hundreds of people that are just going in opposite directions.
Okay.
I have a mechanics question.
Yeah.
What does thaumaturgy allow you to do?
It allows you to make your voice louder.
Could I try and gather people back together?
You could make your voice louder and tell people to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make a charisma.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want it to be persuasion, intimidation, or...
Intimidation's +4. I will take intimidation, please.
Perfect.
And if people are tired, they may respond better to
A little bit of a kick in the
being
pants.
yelled
Yeah,
at.
a splash of water in the face, if you will.
Let's see how we do. A 19 +4.
Wow, okay.
23.
So 23 is going to... Go ahead and tell me what you are announcing as you... So you place a little amplifier that...
I think his
throat.
battle jacket, his punk rock battle jacket, has runes across all of it, and it's his arcane focus given to him by Maul. And depending on the spell, certain runes will glow. And for thaumaturgy, a set of runes glow like this magenta, fiery purple. And his voice is amplified tenfold, and he does his best to... All right, this is super dangerous, everybody. I need you to get your scrawny butts back here. We gotta make a plan. And
Yeah. With a 23, people are shaken awake, if you will, and everyone kind of comes into this big gathering. It is reminiscent of the swamp at the beginning of Shrek with all the fairy tale creatures gathered in one place.
Okay. I don't think Sid wants to be the guy, though, that makes, like, the plan. So he has two
We need to make a plan. Anyone else?
That's probably the energy he's feeling at this exact moment. Does anybody know what the red stuff is that's out there? I've seen a couple people wander into it, and then suddenly you guys look like a bunch of dopes now. What is this forest? Does anybody have any idea?
I kind of agree, right? Like, what's the objective? What is your objective?
Well, we were on a pathway to Sharn. It's probably a pretty safe guess to assume that most of the people in this crowd have an end goal of getting to Sharn and safely. So, is there a way to move through this forest as a group? And if so, 2 ideas. Does a small group of people go through the forest, get to Sharn, and send back help for the group that's here? Or do we try and move the whole group through the forest to help everybody get to their destination?
So your idea is send people to Sharn and send them back an airship that you can then crash.
I'm not going to crash another airship.
Or lead a bunch of useless people through a deadly forest.
Do we know it's deadly?
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Useless.
Yes.
I am not
useless.
I am very important.
It does seem more likely that we could get a small contingent through the woods and then send back an airship, and I will promise not to be on the airship. If that sounds agreeable.
Okay, fine. Well, I call being in charge then while you guys are gone.
I believe in democracy, and I think you guys should vote on it, but
I think my vote speaks for everybody.
literally not how democracy works, Bert.
I'm trying to decide if my dragon eats him or not.
No, please.
He just holds him. He just like gums him in his mouth and just holds him with his legs dangling out.
Since I have everyone's attention, just kind of be like, does anybody here have basic survival skills?
Yeah.
Roll investigation.
Sure.
13.
With a 13, you kind of notice most of the people on board this ship were not super ready for a forest adventure. It seems like they were on a bougie ship for a bougie reason and not for a glamping sort of situation. And there is far from glamping at the moment. However, you do notice that a human with a dragon mark. What is the dragon mark of, Phil?
It's House of Deneth, the mark of a sentinel.
So
the mercenaries and bodyguards.
Yeah. You see somebody with the mark of the sentinel that is blazoned upon them, and you see that they do seem to have their feet under them more than a lot of these, as you called them, dopes are kind of doing.
Okay. We need a small contingent. I crashed the ship. I will walk through the dark and scary woods. I'm gonna say the guy with the dragon probably would be useful to come with. I can't make anyone go, but you have a dragon. And if there's any other volunteers that would come with. And then I think at this point, he doesn't want to call people out, other than what he just did, but maybe could go over to Vel and just be like, hey, I see you have the mark of a sentinel. You could be really useful getting through this. Do you know anything about this red mist, whatever's floating around in the air?
Yes, but I'm not just going to give that to anyone.
Take a deep breath and see what happens.
I'm not really good at breathing, unless it's fire. All right, deep breath. I think he feels really antsy, like he's got to do something. Maybe he just sits down on the grass, though, for a second.
Yeah.
Make it?
I don't know. Maybe we just leave him here. And we go.
With the Riz?
With the Rizzler. But I also don't want him to blow something else up while we're gone.
You really don't.
These people might survive if we just leave them here.
I mean, do I know how long it would take us on foot to get to Sharn from here?
Yeah, it's within a day's walk.
Do I sense? I know I'm a changeling, right? And I know that he also lives on the fringes of society. Do I feel comfortable enough to I hint at a shortcut? What kind of energy are you giving off, man? You made a friggin' dragon.
I made a dragon out of nothing but scraps and a spirit of a dead elemental.
I really thought he'd survive.
They'll be fine.
They'll be fine?
They'll be fine. I mean, how long is it going to take us to go 3 miles?
3 miles?
3 miles.
2 hours.
Leave them.
Leave him.
Leave me?
How long were
coming
we
with
on the
you guys.
ship before it all went? Yeah.
Not very long.
Not very long. You got to cruising altitude.
And then fell.
But you are far enough into this forest that it does not seem like going back would be very fruitful. Going towards Sharn is definitely your closer option.
Look, you might need a little bit of muscle out there in the forest. I'm gonna be your muscle. This is Thorla. Say
Did
hi.
you part where I have a dragon?
Look, where was he during the fight?
Oh, he was just born.
Okay,
He's new.
it's nice
He's
to
a baby.
meet you. Does your dragon have a name?
I don't know. He's not been around long enough for me to figure one out for him yet.
Did you think to ask him?
He can't talk.
Did you asked him if he could talk?
Names are a funny thing. People think that, everyone should have one and they stick. So maybe he doesn't have a name.
Maybe I call him
That's fine.
Stick.
Maybe Stick.
Stick the dragon.
Stick the dragon.
Still think you should ask him if he likes the name, but it's not my dragon. Anyways, this is Thorla. Say hi, Thorla.
As she's still tending to she's hands and knees wrapping gauze around one of the survivors as she dismissively raises an arm to say hey. And she says, you guys could go. I mean, if I'm here, you're gonna send a ship back. I know you'll send a ship back, Sid, but I could take care of these survivors while you guys go get help and make sure that the little halfling doesn't, I don't know, cause any.
All right,
shenanigans.
Thorla's in charge. I'm calling it here. Thorla's in charge. And with that, I think he approximates about where he thought the Sharn was and starts to walk into the woods.
Perfect.
I think we just.
I think we I'm gonna take a rock. I'm gonna kind of kick it to the back of his leg, and we're gonna go the right way.
Yeah. So you and Victor.
Yeah.
So-
Sid's going the wrong way.
You kick a rock at him.
Take a rock. It adjusts your leg just so, Sid, so that your 15 degrees off becomes closer to 0 degrees off. And you are now rocking the right way.
I'm rocking the right way. Hells yeah, brother.
And you seem to be more in tune, as it were, as you walk in one direction.
Good one.
And the three of you head towards the shortcut that Vel knows about. So here's what we're going to do. You're traveling through the forest, and things are going to get a little fun. So I'm going to need each of you to declare a skill. You cannot each use a similar skill. Any skill on your chart that you can basically tell me why it is useful in navigating through a forest. So if you tell me you're intimidating on a rock, I might have something to say about it. But it could be, if you convince me, I could be swayed. So, but I need each of you to declare a skill that is not chosen by one of the other players, and we are going to roll some skill checks to try and get through this forest.
Okay.
I'll take perception.
Perception, okay, so Victor takes perception.
I'll take stealth.
I'll take persuasion.
Okay, and go ahead and everyone tell me what each of your skills looks like and how it is helpful to the mission at hand.
I am just keeping an eye out, making sure we're not wandering into anything dangerous.
Perfect.
Helping us not bump into anything unsavory.
Perfect.
I know a way that I don't really want them to totally know about because I actually don't really know exactly.
Can I posit that this could be deception instead?
Ooh, yeah, I could swap.
Perfect.
Let's
if
swap
that's
it.
all right. If that's all right.
Those sound like
and-
deception.
I feel enough trust with Victor to kind of tell him. He knows bits and pieces, but not
Yeah.
the whole story, right? And we still haven't told Mr. Dragon that don't breathe too deep. You're gonna fall asleep. So, he's along for the
As
ride.
Sid's just like,
I do not dwell in the woods.
So,
yeah, that's perfect. Go ahead and each of you roll me your skill checks, and with each of your numbers, go ahead and tell me kind of what that looks like for what you were hoping to do, based on the number, obviously.
Yeah, that is a 13. I am just writing on sticks back, just looking.
Yeah, with a 13, you're able to keep a good watch. However, how do I say meets beats without saying meets beats? Meets beats. So with a DC 13, you are able to get one success.
I got an unnatural 20.
Great.
So I think his dragonborn claws, they, carefully step around all the different twigs and whatnot, just carefully picking a path. Maybe not totally ahead of everybody else, because Vel knows the way through, and so I think he's more just kind of like up there with the group, just kind of helping to just kind of point out all the different things that...
Yeah, perfect. And you are able to agilely kind of, your movements are able to help muffle the movements of those behind you. Your footsteps are trodden in places that while they follow your footsteps a little bit, they are also kind of falling in these footfalls of keeping the party hidden. And Vel, go ahead and tell me how your deception went.
I have a 14.
Great. So even better than a DC 13. With 3 successes, you are able to navigate the woods quite deftly and are able to kind of circumvent a potential danger that could have been in the woods. And you are able to travel for a couple hours and are going to make your way towards the Redwater refinery. And go, as we are wrapping up the session, tell me what you guys are talking about as you're walking towards this refinery.
I think, like, if we're still walking in, like, this, let's call it a triangle-ish path, right? Like, so,
Yep.
So Sid's a little bit in front of us, right? He's done great through this possible OD situation. I'm gonna probably be, I know we're headed to the refinery, right? I'm gonna start maybe dropping some hints at Victor of like, hey, like, do you happen to like, see the smoke, right? Like, try to get a feel for what type of warforge is he, right? Like, what is his plan in Sharn? Where we're going, right? Because that's kind of how we were walking, right? Like, gotta make friends with this guy.
As far as it goes for Sharn, I'm just looking for a new place to settle. I've not really had luck finding other places, and Sharn seems more like a melting pot, so I'm going to see how things fare in Sharn. I don't know if they have a real purpose in going there yet.
Would Sid... Are you guys talking loud enough? If Sid's like a little bit ahead, do you think
Probably.
he'd hear?
Yeah.
I don't think he would be too pushy, but again, wants to make friends and is now on this adventure with 2 people that he has personally helped strand in the woods. So I think he would kind of look over his shoulder and be like, you know, if it helps, I know a couple good places you could hole up at in Sharn. They're not on the bougier side of town, but if you're looking to dip your feet in the city without necessarily jumping in, full send, then I think I know a couple good places to eat, a couple good hotels that aren't too unsavory. And a lot of good folk who could also help you out with the needs you might have.
Well, the last time I tried something new, somebody else decided for me to full send me into a forest, so...
That's fair.
The 3 of you are able to make your... the 4 of you, I suppose, if we're counting the dragon.
Dragon named
yeah.
Stick.
So the 3 of you and Stick are able to make it towards the Redwater refinery, and as the 3 of you were successful, I'm going to wave the DM screen here a little bit. There was something in the forest that was going to attack you. However, with your successful things and with the secure of the poached poachers. The pooch of the hyena was able to stave off any threats that were coming your way. It seems that you are being tracked, but not in a predator-prey sort of situation, but in more of a curiosity sort of situation. And that is where we're going to end this session for the evening. My name is Cade, and I'm the host and dungeon master of this Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition adventure, and we are joined here by the players to my left.
Ash playing Vel.
Loy playing Sid.
And Peyton playing Victor.
All right, thank you so much for joining us this session, and we hope you remember when life knocks you flat on your back, all you got to do is keep rolling, and we hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
So was the hyena with us and it got something, or was it like following?
I think it was following way behind.
Yeah.
Kind of...
Following and protecting.
So you managed to convince the hyena to be friendly.